morning, good evening, good afternoon, whenever you shall find this practice, my beautiful people. Hey, welcome back to Erky Yoga Live, Love, Laugh. Hello, hello, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Not a very good singer, but I sing off key. I'm beautiful in the shower. Like I just let it go. Welcome back. I'm having donuts. Did you see my donuts with my yoga today? It's my big old thing for the past couple of weeks. These are actually from a black-owned company called Peach. I think it's a Peach Apparel. I love these little leggings. They have donuts. I bought a bunch of different leggings from them. So trying to support small businesses as best I can in my community. I will actually, this is not being sponsored, but if you're interested in their stuff for women who's a little bit curvy, therefore they tailor to curvy women. So definitely I will put the link in the description video. It's not being sponsored. I just really like their leggings. I have a whole bunch from them. So I'm going to pick some up for my sister because my sister saw me in a couple when she was like, I need to have. So just letting you know. But if they like for me to sponsor them, don't hesitate to ask. Just saying, I'll put it out there. But anyway, thank you so much. Welcome back. Well, today is a beautiful day. I apologize right now. The heat's on. Happy October. Hopefully you guys are doing well. Don't forget to follow me on all my social medias and let's get cracking to the yoga. So I'm sitting crisscross applesauce position. If this is uncomfortable, have your feet straight if you like. If you have blankets, bolsters, pillows, whatever you shall desire for your class, go ahead and grab them. Hit pause for the cause and do what you need to do to take care of yourself. We're getting comfortable, closing our eyes. If your eyes are not closed, bring your hair at least 45 degrees down. Anchor them down to a point as we get ourselves prepared for this practice. I have my hands open to receive all the good loveliness in the world and the peace and energy we're going to bring yourself in this class. Breathe at your own breath pace. Deep inhaling and exhaling, grasping the concept of ujjayi breath. And that ujjayi breath means you're bringing all the air, bringing it all the way, pushing it down to your belly. And then when we exhale, pushing it all the way out from our belly. Excuse me. So go ahead and breathe. Sorry. Ooh. That's gross. Take a couple more deep breaths in and out. Let's inhale our hands all the way up to the sky. Exhale, fall forward in any amount. Taking your time. If your hands are forward with your crisscross applesauce, you can also, like I said, have your legs straight. Doing the same thing wherever you are in your practice. Gentlemen, we're going to walk our hands all the way over to our right side here. Stretching everything on our left. Then gently walk our hands all the way over to the left side here. Stretching everything out. Gently walk our hands back to the middle. Holding it here, bringing our hands onto our knees. Taking a moment. Transition ourselves to our hands and knees, taking our glorious time. Making sure our knees are underneath our hips, our hands are underneath our shoulders here. Taking our time here. Making sure our alignment is comfortable for ourselves as we do some cat rounds and cat cow. We're going to inhale or hit up for cow. Exhale, round your back for cat. Inhale or hit up for cow. Exhale, round your back for cat. Keep going, breathing at your own pace. When I mean cow pose, bringing your head up, tailbone up, belly dropping. When I mean cat, you're rolling everything in, sucking the belly and bringing your butt down and rolling your shoulders out. Inhale. Head up for cow. Exhale. Round your back for cat. Keep going at your own pace. Taking your time. Be mindful of your breath. Hearing yourself in and out. Bringing your spine neutral to a tabletop position. Tuck your toes in. Bring your hands out. Just maybe a hand space print. Pull forward your hands. Tuck your toes down. Push back all the way to downward facing dog here. Your first dog of the day. Should be a little tight. If you're real too tight, you can begin to pedal your knees here. Taking your time. And begin to gently look at your head underneath your armpits, taking your time. Holding your knees. Back. Dropping down to your knees. Pushing yourself forward for a plank pose. Holding it here. Engaging your belly and your core. Gently bringing a low down. Belly, chest, chin to the ground. Or chaturanga here. All the way down to the ground. We're going to gently push up to baby cobra. Hold it here for your baby cobra. Tucking your toes back into the mat. Gently lifting yourself up, pushing all the way back to child pose. Holding it here, making sure your knees the same size as your mat. Your head, bring it down to the mat. Forehead meeting the mat. Gently bring it back up to your hands and knees. We're going to do that again. We're going to inhale our head up for cow. Exhale, round our back for cat. Inhale our head up for cow. Exhale, tuck our toes down, push all the way back to downward facing dog. Holding our dog here. Taking a breath. Dropping back down to our knees. Pushing ourselves forward for a plank pose. With your knees on the ground. Lowering down belly, chest, chin down to the ground. Here. Bringing it up for baby cobra with the inhale. On the exhale, tuck your toes down, push all the way back to child pose. We're getting nice and warm. Do that 2 more times. Gently bring it back up to our hands and knees. Inhale for cow. Exhale, round our back for cat. Inhale, bringing our head up for cow. On the exhale, pushing all the way back to downward facing dog. Holding our dog here. Resetting our breath. On the exhale, drop down to our knees. On the inhale, we're going to push forward for plank pose. Bringing plank pose on the knees, right? Making sure you're engaging your core here. Lowering down, chaturanga, all the way down to the mat. Tummy, chest to chin. Bringing it up, baby cobra. If you like, it's a little bit warm, you can maybe lift it up to king cobra. Here, holding it here. Making sure you're grasping your fingertips to the mat, tucking your toes down, pushing all the way back to child's pose. Last time, we got this. Bring it back up to hands and knees, resetting our body. Inhale, head up for cow. Exhale, round our back for cat. Inhale or head up for cow. On the exhale, tuck your toes down, push all the way back to downward facing dog here. Holding it here, taking a breath. Drop down to our knees. Holding it here. Shifting ourselves forward for a plank pose. And make sure you're engaging your core. Plank up, you maybe even plank up, bring your knees down. Dropping it all the way down. Belly, chest, chin. If you like, you can keep it at baby cobra. But if you got a little bit more movement, you got a little bit more strength to put in there, you can lift all the way up to king cobra. Holding it here for a breath. Exhale, push all the way back to child pose. Resetting our breath. Holding it here. Taking our time and wiggling out my fingers. Grasping the mat, making my child pose very much so active. Having my fingers fingertips claw into the yoga mat. A big old Roberta. This is Roberta, people. She about 24 years old. My first yoga mat I ever bought myself. She an old girl. She been around the block a bunch of times. But she alright. Lifting it all the way back up to our hands and knees. Should be a little bit warm. Gonna add on. Moving forward. Moving forward. So we're going to take our right leg behind us. Bend our knee, open up our hip. Look in the direction as our knee, making sure you're not sinking into your left hand, but actually engaging your body. Making sure you put a little bend in your fingers. Hold it here to give you some pressure off your wrist. Hold it here, stretching back out that right leg. Bringing that right leg in between your instep here. For low lunge, if you have blocks, go ahead and use them. Helping you frame your foot. Hands on both sides here. Hold in here for this low lunge. Having your toes tucked down for crescent pose. If it's too much on your toes, have them tucked. You can have them reverse back to flat. We're going to gently lift our body up here. Holding it here. If you like, you can stay here. If you have blocks, you can stay there. If you like to reel, excuse me, I'm moving and shaking. Bring your hands all the way up for the full expression of the pose. If not, you can keep your hands to your heart center here. If you like, if you open up your hands, maybe open up to a goal pose here. Yeah, lifting your head up, really stretching that back. Making it into a back bend. Making sure you're engaging your glutes for your lower back. Bringing both hands up to the sky. Bring them back down to the floor. Bring them into the instep of your hands here. Dropping your left hand into the ground. Bringing your right hand all the way up to the sky. Holding it here. Twisting dragon, one of my favorite yoga poses. Making sure, look at your connection here. Making sure your knee and your elbow is in alignment here. Making any adjustments you need to. Take another breath, bring it down. Push your hips all the way back up. Bring your toes all the way up to the sky here. For a half splits, if you have blocks, like I said, you're welcome. Hold to the side. Deeply breathing. Taking your time. Gently walking your hands to your feet here. Taking the left foot behind you to meet your right. Reset your breath. What we do on one side, we gotta get the other side. So take that left foot behind us, bend our knee, open up our hip. Look in that direction as a knee. Making sure you're not sinking into your right hand, but you're engaging your right hand. Not really locking out your elbows, but put a little bounce in it. Engaging your core, engaging your legs. Breathe in here, deep breathing. Stretch out that left leg. Bring your foot, in between both your hands here. Run low lunge. Sticking in your head, making sure it's making some adjustments. If you have to open your feet up a little bit for your hips to get comfortable, please listen to your body here. Holding in here for a low lunge. Turn into a low crescent, tucking your toes down if you are able to. Walking up. This is a modification. If you have blocks, bring your blocks on the side of you. Hold it there. If you like, bring your hands all the way up for the full expression of the pose. If you like a little bit more, you can open up for goal pose. If not, if you just want to keep your hands heart center, go ahead wherever you are at today. And put a little squeeze in your butt. Engaging your glute. Helping out your lower back here. Bringing both hands up to the sky. Dropping them into the instep of your foot. Planting your right hand onto the mat. Taking your left, twisting all the way to your left leg. For twisting dragon. One of my favorites. Holding here, deep breathing. Dropping your hand down. Pushing your hips back. Doing a half split. Woo, we working. We are working. Taking your time. Gently breathing. Go ahead, walk your hand all the way back up to your foot. That crescent, take your left foot, bring it all the way back to your right. Bringing toes together to touch. Pushing it back all the way to child's pose. Making the child's pose active, digging your hands into the mat. We'll bend in your fingertips. Fingertips clawing into your mat. And gently roll it up while we take our very first water break. As I look for my water, it's over there. As my grannies like to say. Hopefully you're doing well. Happy October. October, because it's a little bit warmer. A little bit colder. Welcome some more. I've been busy. I'm working 50 jobs. I finally finished my feet up training now. I have to actually get a class together. I have a space to do it. I just have to get my schedule together. So other people want me to come out more into the community and teach yoga classes. So getting my schedule around, and plus also doing free access to my YouTube page. So still love to. I love doing everything. Try to do everything best I can. Best I can. Taking another sip. I don't have to cue you for a water break. If you want to hit pause on the class, if you watch me on the replay, which you probably are, watch me because I'm not doing this live. But you can pause me anytime and take a water break. All right. See how much time we got left. Let's do the round one more time. We're going to go right into it. I believe in us. We got this, my yogis. So making sure your hands are hands knees. We're going to do this session twice, and then we're going to drop it down and do some stretchy stuff. So let's do this vinyasa flow. Inhale, hit it for cow. Exhale, round her back for cat. Inhale, hit it for cow. Exhale, tuck your toes down. Push all the way back to downward facing dog here. Holding it here. We're going to drop down. We're going to drop down both knees down to the mat. Push forward for plank pose. Drop it all the way down. Plank on the knees. Belly, chest, chin. Lift it all the way up. Up dog. If you like, up dog is holding it all the way up, or just lifting up to king cobra, whatever's comfortable, or keeping it to baby cobra. I'm going to have the options in. Tuck your toes down. Push all the way back to hands and knees. Take our right foot behind us. Bend your knee, open up our hip. Breath in, breath out, stretching out our leg. Here, bringing our hands in between our instep here, between both hands. Holding it here. Inhale, taking both hands all the way up to the sky. Exhaling, hands open if you like. Hands up, hands heart center on blocks for a low crescent lunge. On the exhale, bringing our hands forward here, driving our left hand into our instep, taking our right hand all the way, twisting over to our right side. Holding it here for a breath. In and out. Bringing both hands down, pushing our hands all the way back up, bringing our toes up to the sky. 4. A half split. Holding it here. Inhaling, exhaling, bringing hands both forward. Taking our right foot to meet the left. Bring it back under our shoulders. Inhale, hit up for cow. Exhale for cat. Inhale for cow. Exhale, tuck your toes down. Push all the way back to downward facing dog. Holding it here, breath. Inhale, exhale, drop down our knees. Shift forward. Lower all the way down. Belly, chest, chin. Lifting it all the way up for king cobra, baby cobra, or up dog, wherever you at. Tuck your toes down, push all the way back to tabletop position. Take your left foot behind you. Bend your knee, open up your hip, move in that direction. Straighten out that leg, bring that leg in between our hands. We got this. Bring our foot for a low lunge. And turn that low lunge into a crescent. Bring our hands all the way up. Hands heart center, hands clubbed through your blocks, hands open, wherever you are at. Holding it here. Inhaling, exhaling, bringing both hands down to the mat. Taking your right hand into your instep. Left hand all the way up, twisting into the left side. Holding it here. Inhale, exhaling, dropping your hands back, pushing both hips back, toes up to the sky. Holding it here for half split. Bringing both hands to the side of your foot, taking your right knee, your left. Last time, I believe in us. Head up for cow. Exhale, run it back for cat. Inhale for cow. Exhale, tuck your toes down, pushing back. We're doing a vinyasa flow. Downward dog. Dropping down to our knees. Taking her right foot behind us, bend her knee, open our hips. Exhaling out. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bringing our hands in between our hands here, our foot. Holding it here. Breath in, breath out. Crescent pose. Inhale, exhale, dropping our hands down. Taking your left hand to the ground, right hand up to the sky here, twisting dragon. Inhale, exhale, dropping hands down, pushing your hips all the way back up. Half split. You can add a little bit more to your split if you're able to. If you want to, get all the way down there. Taking your time. Holding in here. Inhale, exhale, bringing your foot behind you. Last round, last side. Inhale. Inhale for cow. Exhale for cat. Inhale for cow. Exhale, toes down. Push all the way back to downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale. Drop down to her knees. Taking her left foot behind us. Bend her knee. Open up her hip. Look in that direction. Resetting her breath. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bringing bringing her feet and her foot in between her hands here. Her left and her right. Inhale here. Exhale, crescent pose. Hands open, heart center, hands up, hands to the heart, blocks wherever you're at. Inhale, exhale, dropping down, pushing our dropping our hands down, taking our right hand on the ground, left hand, twisting dragon. Inhale, exhale, dropping down, pushing it all the way back. Inhaling, exhaling. Deep breathing. Inner calf splits if you want a little bit more you split. Go ahead wherever you're working your split at. Woo. Hold it in here. Inhaling, exhaling. Bringing your foot all the way back up to meet your other foot. My leggings aren't moving. I love leggings. My leg warmer. Hold it in here. Drop back. Push all the way back to child's pose. And in your child's pose, bring your elbows close to your knees. Ball up your fists. Fist over fist for a restorative child pose. We did it. We added on to our vinyasa flow and combined it together. I'm proud of us. So now we are nice and warm and re-gauging our breath here for all that beautiful energy we put through our body. Now we're going to have our focus on doing some stagnant poses, the stretchy stuff, as we take ownership of the heat that we got in our body and just redirecting our energy. So let's do that. Bring it up to hands and knees. We're going to go ahead, bring our feet to the side, sit on our bum, which is a yoga term for sit on our bum. Before we get there, we're going to take a little water break. We definitely deserve it. We're going to do one of my favorite yoga poses. We're going to do double pigeon. So, let's get ourselves together. If your hips are still tight, you can grab a pillow or a blanket. Grab a blanket. You just want to fold your blanket ever so. Let me show you real quick. You have it open. I have so many blankets in my house because I have tons of nieces and nephews, and when they're cold in my house, they can all grab their own blanket. That's why I have 75,000. Fold it that way. Fold it that way. Roll it up. See, have it there. Then you can sit on it to elevate your hips. If your hips are a little bit still tight from that vinyasa flow, which means you need to be practicing more yoga. I'm just saying. So we're gonna do double pigeon. Have your legs straight. We're gonna take our right foot into our thigh here. We're gonna take our left and bring it on top. So if this is uncomfortable, you can leave your leg in front of you. Oh, excuse me. If you have a block, like I have tons over there, but I don't feel like grabbing them. If you have a block, you can use your block. Sit your foot on your block, like so. And just engage your hips. If you have a pillow, you can put a pillow in between the two as well. So if you don't have a block, you can use a pillow. So we're engaging our hips. We're going to hold it for at least 2 minutes. I'm going to ask Google for a little help here. Hold it for at least 2 minutes. So get nice and comfortable. We're going to inhale our hands up to the sky. Exhale, fold forward and in your mouth. Hey Google, can you set my timer for 2 minutes, please? She's counting down and we're holding it. So we're holding this lovely static pose. So we are able to get more space into our hips. You know, sometimes we sit a lot. If we have jobs that sit a lot, I do. I have a job where I sit, but I usually stand and do a little yoga at work to keep my body moving. And sometimes we sit so much, our bodies just, because we don't do the stretchy things that help us out within our body. You know, sometimes with back pains can come with tight hips, tight hamstrings, tight quads that can actually hurt if you have tightness. And that actually can contribute to having low back pains or any kind of back pain. So it's all connected, those lovely, lovely muscles. But sometimes we need to do stretchy stuff like yoga to help us able to work those little muscles out and get deep inside the inner muscles, the little muscle fibers, you know, and just grind them up and kind of open them up, leaving leeway for us. And because I noticed I haven't done this pose a lot, I could definitely feel it. So I'm glad I got the blanket underneath my butt. I've been lacking on this pose and I feel it. I'm feeling on both hips. It's getting me, which is a good thing because I've been doing a lot of cardio and this is one way to help me with my hips too. Definitely get some flexion into my hips. Deeply get into my hip flexors and stuff like that. So breathe at your own pace, whatever's comfortable. If lowering down is too much for you, if this is okay for you here, just go ahead and stay. Go where it's comfortable. That was 2 minutes. Good. Gently roll it up. Hey Google, stop. We're going to stretch both our legs out in front of us. Do my favorite cat now. Pick up your thighs for a second, get a little bit of life and movement into your thighs, and we're going to switch it on the opposite side. So we're going to take our left foot into our right thigh here, double pigeon on the opposite side. Taking our right foot on top. Like I said, you can either take a yoga mat, sorry, not a yoga mat, but if you have an extra mat, you can roll it and place your foot on it, a blanket, pillow, yoga block, a book. You can stack it there. If you're not able to do a double pigeon, you might see this pose a lot on my social media. This is like my picture. When I promote myself, I'm always sitting in double pigeon. People like when I'm doing different things, they be like, "Hey, do a yoga pose." I be like, "This is my jam." So we're gonna hold this. Inhale our hands up to the sky. Exhale, fold forward any amount if you like to. Hey Google, set my timer please for 2 whole minutes. So we can just hold it here. 2 whole minutes. I love static poses. Static poses make us connect our breath, our pranayama, our breath. Concentration, the dhala, Like this is a part of Raja Yoga. Bringing certain aspects together, like dissonance or the physical poses that we do. So this is one aspect of Raja Yoga. Our breath work, pranayama, is like a second, concentration. It's one. And also, just withdrawing from everything, working with our niyamas, ayamas and niyamas, all combining together in our practice, just letting things go, meeting ourselves, giving ourselves permission in our body, meeting ourselves where we're at. Like I said, if you're not all the way down and you're here, or you got the block here, you're doing it. There's modifications for everything, but you are doing yoga, so I don't want you to feel like, oh, I don't look like her. I've been doing yoga for like 1 billion years, so my body's not gonna look like your body, but does not mean that you're not doing yoga. So that's one thing that I go fanatic about it with my students, my other fellow yogis. So just because we don't look alike doesn't mean you're not doing it. Who said you're not doing it? You're doing yoga. That's how yoga shows up in your body. Give yourself permission. Give yourself permission. That's all I ask. So, just gently breathing. Taking your time. Slowing down your breath. Slow down your mind. Letting everything go as best as able to. Especially in yoga class. Okay, Google, gently roll herself back up. Taking both legs. Okay, Google, stop. She didn't understand. Bring your legs forward. I'm going to rub out my thighs just a little bit. Bringing some life back in our thighs from that static pose. We're going to point our toes away. Point our toes towards us. Point our hands down and our toes away. Point our hands to us, toes up. Wiggle our toes, inner finger like you're playing a piano, like you're the piano man. Let's little Elton John here. Piano man. I'll keep my singing to very minimal. If you come to class with me, I'm letting you know now. If you view me live, I do sing terribly, and I'm okay with that. That's my inner yoga voice. And I always apologize to my students. Wiggling everything out. All right, let's transition on to our backs here. Taking our time. Taking another sip before I lay down. Bringing both feet up into the air. Bringing both hands up. Holding here for a second. Legs up against the wall. Resetting the blood in our body. And just holding it here. Making sure your feet are active. Having your toes either coming down. Making sure you're active with your feet. Not being lazy. Gently open both feet up for happy baby. Stretching our hips in 3 different ways. Forward, side, back, head, knees, and toes. Hold it for a second here. Bringing both legs together, drop down to our knees, making your feet as wide as your yoga mat. Windshield wiper our knees from side to side on a wide windshield wiper. Holding down one side, doesn't matter. Bringing it up, bringing it down, holding side on the other side, doesn't matter. Up and down one more time, holding one side. Up and down, switching sides, other side. Bringing both knees up, plant both legs straight, palms up. Gently close your eyes, breathe at your own pace as we transition into Savasana. Slow and closing your eyes as I stop talking. I'll see you in a couple minutes. Enjoy your Savasana. right foot into the mat. Plant your left foot into the mat. Gently windshield wipe your knees from side to side. Bring both knees into your chest. Drop both knees over to your left side. Take your left hand above your head. Take your right in front. Have your heart flow chamber into a different side of your heart here. Gently bringing yourself up one vertebra at a time. Gently cross-legging your feet, as we did in the beginning. If not, have your legs forward if you like. Hold me here. Thank you for liking, subscribing, sharing, and commenting. We're going to do a mini little meditation here for at least about a minute. So we're going to bring our hands onto our palms, or actually take your your left underneath your right on top here. Holding it here, you can have a 45, you can have your eyes closed. Sit here for a mini meditation here. Breathe at your own pace, let everything go. Bring our both hands up to the sky. Bring our hands to heart center, and we say, as my teacher always say, grateful bodies. I want to say namaste. Namaste is the East Indian Sanskrit, which means the God in me bows down and honors the God in you. I want to say thank you so much for your time. Thank you for liking, subscribing, sharing, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, my beautiful people, and have a beautiful day. Namaste. You know what I like to say? Bye. See you in the next one.